got to this stage of the development process, I'm now beginning to think about materials. I'm quite interested in these little sort of structures that I've got here, these little shapes, this pattern that's come from the stones, at the top of the stones, and obviously the patterns contained within the brick wall as well. So from this I've started to look at using other materials. So I moved on to this piece here. This is just using bits of paint from the shed, mixed in with any little bit of acrylic that I've got, but you could equally mix in with tea, because things like emulsion is water-based, just to get a pigment or a different colour. And I've used obviously cardboard here to get texture and pattern and surface. And then this one over here, I've had some PVA and I've cut up some coloured strips of paper. I've had a little bit of ink, and I've worked the PVA over the top with the ink. I've used some texture on there as well, so bits of paper I've torn up and worked over the top. Equally, you could use makeup, you could use anything like that. You get an interesting surface like that. So I'm trying to continue with the lines from the actual wall itself, and the shapes and the patterns. I've started to change a little bit and move around, but I've still got this kind of separation of space. And then this piece here is a bit more open space here. I've used a bit of bleach on some food dye, and again I've had a little bit of black ink. You could use a bit of ink from a biro pen as well. You could squeeze that out to get some of the black ink out, or any coloured ink. And again, I've used some of the strips of paper which I've cut up to kind of use that shape of the wall, or the top of the wall, just to experiment. So just as you move forward with your developments, make sure that you are again playing around with composition, like here, but also where possible trying to explore different materials. Okay, scavenging things, reclaiming materials, plastics, cardboard, paper, food colouring, tea, coffee, anything like that you can use to create a different material or surface to develop your image composition or your work in any way. Okay, so that's developments continued.